Hey guys, how's it going? Jeb here. So I'm coming to you on this fine Saturday, early afternoon, with a video that I've been wanting to make for a long time. What I want to talk about is why I video game. Why do I like playing video games? What is it about them that intrigues me so much? Why have I devoted so much of my time and energy to experiencing different video games? And I think that in order to talk about video games, we have to break them down to their most basic elements. And for a lot of different people, those can be different things. But for myself, I think the number one thing that has pulled me into video games is story. I think that stories are really important for all of us. I think that it's very interesting when you look at how much we as humans gravitate towards story. I think that stories tell us a lot about ourselves. I think that we look for stories that we identify with. I think that a lot of stories can show us things about the world around us and about other people and about ourselves that we didn't realize. Um, just the fact that other mediums of entertainment are so huge and so pushed. Movies, TV shows, books, and for me, the medium that I've chosen as my favorite way to basically get a story is video games. Something that's funny about video games, it's not an old medium. It hasn't been around for that long. It's really an incredible thing to see how far it's gone so quickly. Um, and with that being said, for those of us who've been gaming for a long time and have been gaming since our childhood, video games kind of grew up with us. And that's a unique thing to have been a part of. You know, video games, when I was playing them on the Sega Genesis, are very, very different from how they are now. And I think the reason that they didn't pull me in as much at that time is because I wasn't playing games that had a lot of story and character um, driven games. Um, there was something about the gameplay that was really engaging to me, and that's why I love the game so much, even at that young age, playing Sonic and games like that. But it wasn't until I experienced the depth of a real, seriously awesome game that had characters that I was able to come to know and develop, affection for and understand their plight and to see their journey. That was huge. When I realized that a video game could do that, when a video game was able to do more in terms of story than any book I had ever read or any movie I had ever watched or any TV show I had ever engaged in, that was huge. And in a lot of ways, I wish that more people could understand that, and at the same time, I completely understand that that's not going to happen for a lot of people. Um, a lot of people just that's just not their thing, and that is totally, totally okay. Um, it is really cool though being able to be an adult gamer because I think that the medium is just so engaging and so beautiful and really vast, and it's developed a whole lot, and there's a ton to it now, and really you can have so many different experiences. Um, I really appreciate that games are so engaging on so many levels. You see what's going on. So similar to a movie, you're able to use your visuals to watch what's going on. So that's one mode of your senses being engaged in the storytelling. Um, what's cool is that instead of it being passive, it's active. So when you have to go and do something, you physically direct the character to do that. And it just adds to that level of immersion of being inside of that world. Um, Another thing that I particularly love about video games, and the only other medium that I think is able to kind of do this, it would be books and TV shows. And that's being able to spend such a long time with your characters. One thing that is so difficult for me with a lot of movies, and one of the reasons that I hardly watch movies anymore, I probably watch like 2 movies a month, And generally that's due to social engagement. It's somebody wants to watch a movie together, or I decide to watch a movie with my wife, um, something like that. It's not the medium that I seek out for myself. I would much rather sit down and play a video game. Um, One thing, if I was gonna watch movies or anything like that, I would much rather watch a TV series because you're able to develop the story and the plot and the characters for such a longer period of time that it would actually feel like it was worth it to me. Um, yeah, 2 hours is just, in my opinion, just not enough. Not enough for the depth and the level of understanding of characters that I want to have. And video games are able to do that really beautifully to me. Another thing that I love about video games, speaking of beautiful, is the beauty that's presented. Um, People talk about graphics a whole lot, and I really do appreciate graphics. I appreciate all types of graphics, though. I appreciate 8-bit graphics, I appreciate PlayStation and N64 graphics, and I appreciate PlayStation 4 and Xbox One graphics. Like, I love the beauty that's in all of them. It's really frustrating to me that people can miss the beauty just because it's older type of graphic. Um, there's something artistic that can be missed. There can be graphics that are more advanced and still like just the beauty is missing. There's some heart that's not there. Some of the original PlayStation games are some of the most beautiful things I've ever experienced, and they're not good graphics by today's standards, but they're just gorgeous. The worlds are so fleshed out. The colors are vibrant and popping. Everything is so detailed. The character models are beautiful and interesting. Um, yeah, so it's one of those things like enjoy graphics for what they are. Some Super Nintendo games look so amazing. I mean, playing Chrono Trigger and knowing what they were working with at the time and knowing that that is on the Super Nintendo, it's really, really cool to me. Personal opinion. So, with all that said, I have been playing Uncharted 4 these last couple days, and I'm taking screenshots out the butt. Like, holy shit, that game is just blowing my mind. There's just so many times when you'll be climbing up some big old building and they'll say, "Oh, wow, what a view it is," and I'll look around and it's like, "Holy shit, they're not joking." It's amazing. I think that's funny too that the developers are actually being like, "Here, wait, please don't miss this," like they're putting this thing in the game, like saying, "Please take a look around, enjoy the beauty of what we've created." And I do, and I'm really glad that they pointed it out, and it's a really cool thing. All right, so yeah, it's a really huge topic talking about why we play video games. Those are just a few things. I may come up with more. I may decide to post some more at some point, but I just kind of wanted to get the ball rolling and the discussion going a little bit. So, um, let me know what you guys think about video games as a form of entertainment. How does it compare for you against books and movies and comic books and uh, whatever else you might do? I mean, geez, for me, it's the ultimate. There's just nothing else that really engages me as much. Um, some of the best stories that I've ever been a part of were through video games. Some of the best characters that I still am in love with years after playing them, and it's amazing to go back and revisit those characters, and they're very alive and real to me. Man, I played The Last of Us for the first time about a year ago, a little less than a year ago, and that game changed me on an emotional level. Like, I came out of that game a different person, slightly, than when I went in. And it took me 6 months of processing that game before I was able to play it again. I knew for sure I wanted to play it again, but I had to really process what had gone on. Um, just you can't put a price tag on experiences like that. Being able to have that sort of an experience is worth its weight in gold. For something to affect you so deeply and to show you a lot of things about yourself and to make you consider different moral implications, man, it's incredible. It's what people have always loved about books and movies. It just cracks me up that so many people, you know, I can't blame them. Like when I was a kid, parents hated video games because they would walk in and see it and it looks stupid. It looks mindless. It looks like they would see us playing Mario or Sonic, and there's no depth there. Although the gameplay is really good and everything, but it's just different. It's completely different. Video games grew up with us, so video games now are darker and deeper sometimes than any of the movies that have hit people or any of the books that people absolutely love and have changed people's lives. So I'm not saying there's anything wrong with those medium entertainment mediums, but video games are seriously here. They're seriously here to stay too. It's only on the rise. It's so engaging, and um, yeah, they're legitimate. They're a legitimate art form, and they should really be taken seriously. So, all right, guys, those are just some of my thoughts. Peace out. Let me know what you think. Take it easy.